Emergency physician Dr. Swami Kannu labels call drop a disaster. It has become an everyday affair and he has learned to live with frequent call disruptions. He has been facing such disruptions even after changing mobile operators. Swami Kannu, who usually advises patients over phone, says such call drop could even lead to losing a life.
For example, somebody has a chest pain who calls me, doctor, I have a chest pain. I'm conversing with them and I'm about to ask what is the kind of pain, where is the pain. I'm trying to see whether it is a heart attack or it's a non-cardiac illness or cardiac illness. While talking, if the call drops, it becomes disastrous. I do not know how much time it will take again to reconnect with them and convey the message to them.
While he was a patient had called and we witnessed a call drop. Swami Kannu says the cell phone operators should compensate with the call rate.
You were listening to my conversation and patient had a stroke. He just gone back to home. We discharged her 3 days ago and the son calls and says she has fever, she has cough, what is the medicine that I can give? Since I know the patient very well, recently I discharged, they need not come to the hospital again. So I was about to tell the medicines. You saw the call got dropped. If a call gets dropped, then it is, it doesn't serve the purpose of having a cell phone.
Chennai had 4,000 cell phone towers in 2008 and in the next 6 years, it just went up to 6,650. In contrast, the mobile users grew manifold. After Delhi, it's Tamil Nadu that stands second when it comes to tele density. The industry has grown over 20 times in the last 10 years, from under 37 million subscribers in 2001 to over 996 million subscribers in 2015. While there are many reasons why call drops, including network infrastructure, spectrum allocation, traffic, 62-year-old Menon says it was never this bad 10 years ago. Menon uses two different network providers today, BSNL and Airtel, and complains that the former has frequent call drops.
I was going to Sabrimala with a couple of people. Halfway through, my BSNL thing rang up. He asked me, where are you? I said, I'm climbing the mountain. He said, which mountain? Huh? Kilimanjaro? No, I said, no, Sabrimala. Oh, you're in Sabrimala? How am I talking to you? I said, what are you talking about? From the base camp till Sabrimala, there are frequent towers. There are about 5 or 6 towers with very good coverage.
Not just the common subscribers, even the former finance minister P. Chidambaram had complained over the wary call drops. While the mobile phone users still await a reason as to why aren't there more towers built to improve efficiency, they ask until when will they have to wait to see no call drops. With Srisha Reddy in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
And consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai spoke to Union Telecom Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad. In this exclusive conversation, Prasad has assured that there will soon be an end to the call drops menace.
Welcome to this special India Today Television Consumer Connect campaign, where today we are focusing on the issue of call drops, an issue that concerns really every Indian who has a mobile phone at the moment. And who better to take the questions than the Union Telecom Minister, Ravi Shankar Prasad, who joins us this afternoon to take all your questions. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Prasad. The big question is, today's newspapers across the board are reporting how there is a 100% increase in call drop complaints in the last 100 days. How do you respond? How serious, Mr. Prasad, is the problem of call drops at the moment?
Well, I have always said publicly that I am the Telecom Minister of India. I am also the Minister for the consumers of telecommunication in India. And therefore I will speak for their interest. And much before this came in the newspapers, I did not comment upon that. I asked my officers to call all the telecom operators. They had a meeting with them. You know, spectrum auction is complete. We have issued the LOI to them. They have to comply with that. There is abundance of spectrum. They need to reinforce their mechanism. Additionally, Rajdeep, it is important for you to know that I have told my officers to work out the modality for issuing a formal advisory to them, and also in consultation with TRI, get an architecture if possible. Can we also create some kind of disincentive or incentive, as the case may be, in case of call drops? So all those institutional initiatives we are taking, and I hope those, and it is important for your viewers to know, Rajdeep, that we have crossed the 1 billion ceiling of telephone connectivity in India. Nearly 97.5 crores mobile phone and nearly 2.6 crore landline. Very soon we will have 1 billion mobile phones in India.
So those,
therefore, call drop must end is equally important.
exactly. So, those are very impressive figures, Mr. Prasad, in terms of the density of telecommunications in this country. But the fact is, call drops is affecting the average person. And according to TRAI, call drops are now around 14% of all calls are getting dropped, which is 7 times higher than what is acceptable. As I said, sir, this is not a new problem. Over the last 100 days, these complaints have been coming, and even before that. What is the reason, according to you, which is the main reason for these call drops?
Let me give you 2-3 reasons. First and foremost, the operators have to reinforce their system. Spectrum scarcity cannot be an alibi at all. Spectrum auction has been completed, LOI has been given, they have to give their legal compliances, it will be delivered the moment we get it. That's point number 1. Point number 2, Rajdeep, this you need to understand. Campaign against towers or the BTS, base transmission receivers, and call drops cannot go together. You need to reinforce your architecture, infrastructure. For that, tower is needed. And as I have been publicly saying, that in India I see a lot of campaign on radiation. Let me tell the consumers, World Health Organization has got a series of reports, and last is fact sheet 193 of 2014, where they have categorically stated that radiation from mobile tower BTS is not of any uncomfortable level at all or dangerous level. Let me tell you, have you seen a campaign like this in Europe, in America, in other countries?
No, are you saying, Mr. Prasad, that people who are complaining today about the ill effect of mobile towers and demanding pulling them down should not be complaining for call drops?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm only saying, Rajdeep, try to understand what I'm trying to say. There is a report of the World Health Organization, Calcutta High Court of Madras, Kerala, Allahabad, Jaipur. PILs were filed, examinations were made. There are other reports of technical people. And I'm telling you on your channel, if anyone is willing to come with tangible evidence of any harmful effect, we are going to look into it. For instance, you open the television, there is some radiation. You go for X-ray, there is some radiation. You go for your microwave in your kitchen, there is some radiation. The issue is whether it is harmful. The medical report says it is not harmful. But as a telecom minister, I am publicly saying if anyone comes with tangible evidence, not sinister campaign, we are going to look into it.
In the absence of that,
what I am trying to say, Rajdeep, try to.
In the absence of that, are you asking telecom operators to go out there, convince people in neighborhoods to put back those cell towers, or do you put it on high-rise buildings as is done in some countries? What is the solution to ensure, as you are saying, that there will be more cell towers, given that there has been this campaign against radiation?
Yes, I am only saying, what the operators are saying, they're finding it difficult to install new towers on which the BTS is installed. Okay? For instance, in Delhi, MTNL is installing a lot of new towers to improve the connectivity here. I am monitoring that, talking to official authorities on government buildings. Recently, one we had in an NXC of the parliament, where the parliamentary committee gave the permission. Let me tell you, BSNL is going to install 25,000 new towers in India. 15,000 have been installed in the last 1 year. MTNL in Delhi and Mumbai is going to install about 1,800 plus towers to improve connectivity. Rajdeep, what I am trying to tell your viewers today through you is, complaint of call drops and resistance to install BTS on towers cannot go hand in hand. To reduce call drops, installation of more towers, more BTS is a precondition.
How do you respond?
Therefore, it is important.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes.
Sorry.
I am only trying to say the RAW and others, I'm going to request them that as of now, there is a World Health Organization report, number one. So many high courts have examined this matter, PILs were filed, others reports are there. A government at the high level committee is further examining radiation everywhere. But as of now, clear, tangible medical evidence examined and scientific inquiry does not show the harmful effect at all.
But how do you,
if anyone is willing to come with that,
So how do you respond though to those who are saying you're saying BSNL, you're saying BSNL and MTNL are increasing their capacity for towers. At the same time, some viewers have written in saying private telcos are shutting their cell sites to cut costs and slash capital expenditure on upgrading networks. That they want to spend their capex on 3G networks, which is used for premium data service, rather than on 2G, which is primarily used for voice. Is that also a reality?
No, I'm afraid, Rajdeep, I cannot make a comment on individual complaint unless I've examined. I'm the telecom minister. I must be factually correct.
Right.
But we have got a provision of sharing of towers, where many companies can install their BTS. But a question of fundamental principle, when I'm happy your channel is doing a program on call drops, consumers need to understand that to contain call drops, expansion of BTS towers is a precondition. World over it is there. If you can't allow, many bears, Resident Welfare Association oppose, many the municipalities oppose, many other issues come. I am not against compliance of local laws. But when the telco says they are finding it difficult to expand their infrastructure, they have a point. Therefore, I think as the telecom minister, on your channel, when you have taken up this issue, this message has to go. That as of now, the medical evidence, examination of scientific reports at the very highest level, including by World Health Organization, does not confirm any dangerous impact of radiation from these towers. That's only I'm saying.
In fact, sir, the radiation levels, and this may supplement your point, radiation levels from one base transceiving station cellular tower was 9.8 watts per square meter. Post September 2014, it is now down to 0.92 watts per square meter. So it's a tenfold decrease. To that extent, the time has come, you believe, to add more towers. US has radiation levels 12 times higher than us. China is half our current radiation levels. So you believe this radiation argument can only be put before you with concrete evidence, otherwise towers must be allowed to be set up.
Rajdeep, just to put it differently, in India, we have put the precondition as 1/10 of the permissible standards laid down by the World Health Organization. So we are so strict. But what I am simply saying in very simple term, call drop is a problem. This must be addressed. To address the call drop, we need to expand the tower and BTS based transmitter receivers in various areas of the country. But therefore, because that expansion is the precondition to address this problem.
So
That's only I am saying.
Can you tell us what you mean when you say we are in a discussion for a structure to incentivize or disincentivize it? Am I to understand, if I am a mobile subscriber with a particular private mobile operator and that private mobile operator results in 14 to 20% of my calls getting dropped, do you believe that there should be some penalties, some action taken against that private operator?
I'm told, Rajdeep, that some operators are having their inbuilt mechanism. There is also some provision in some neighboring countries, I have been told. What I have told my officers, to get it properly examined at the departmental level and also in consultation with the TRI, the expert body. But let me tell you today through your channel, to the telecom operators who are listening my observations, that India is going to have a huge explosion of data, of messaging, of calls in the wake of Digital India program. The Prime Minister says he wants to have governance on the palm of every individual. The whole India is going to become completely metamorphosed in the coming 3-4 years when we change this whole digital connectivity. Therefore, it is in their business interest, consumer interest, that they must improve their systems. Namely, call drop is not there.
Sir, I take that point, but I'm just going to ask you, because many of these private operators are promising consumers that if they have a very high call drop rate, they will in some way compensate for it. Now the question is, can consumers be assured that if this doesn't happen and if call drops continue, that the ministry will intervene to ensure that private operators compensate the consumer in some manner or ensure a certain minimum level of service? I am paying more service tax now. I am actually paying much more than I was earlier. So am I guaranteed by the ministry that they will intervene in such cases, if necessary, as you said, to incentivize or disincentivize those who are either observing or failing the norms?
Rajdeep, therefore I am telling you, because we have a body like TRI, which has got the responsibility, I have asked my department to come with an architecture in consultation with TRI, so that we can address these concerns. Yes, I am telling you, I am also a Minister for Consumers' Interest of India as far as telephony is concerned. I will surely speak in their favor as well. And day one, since the day I have taken over, I have put twin objectives for me, namely growth of telecom sector and also consumer interest.
But you don't want to tell us
These twin
specifically.
objectives are,
You don't want to at this stage tell us specifically what is the incentive or disincentive that you will give?
Rajdeep, you are a very seasoned journalist. Something which is to be decided by TRI, my department in consultation with TRI, the Telecom Commission, you want me to say it today? Then surely others will ask, if the minister has already given the final view, what are we supposed to speak? There is a process, I have asked them to expedite it. As I told you, the Telecom Secretary called a meeting of all these operators. They have been cautioned, they have been suggested, they have been told this is a problem which needs to be addressed. I have also asked my department to explore the possibility of issuing a proper advisory. Therefore, whatever action is taken, and the need to disabuse the kind of campaign as far radiation is concerned, which I have talked about. All these things have to go hand in hand. But again, I repeat, if any consumer or anyone comes with tangible evidence of harmful effect of radiation, we are willing to look into it.
Let me then ask you in conclusion, sir, where I started. As I said, you have received in the last 100 days a 100% increase in complaints of call drops. If I were to call you 100 days from now back on this program on the issue of call drops, are you confident that this issue will be tackled, or will private operators again raise the issue of cell towers or the lack of additional spectrum? And do you believe, and you will be accused of passing the buck on to TRI? Are you confident, sir, that this problem can be defeated in the next 100 days?
First of all, let me tell you very honestly, this passing the buck to the TRI is not fair.
Okay.
That is the legal architecture. If I don't go that, Rajdeep start accusing me of usurping the power of TRI, okay?
Yes.
Which I don't wish to do.
Yes.
A, this government acts in a legal manner,
Yes.
but with expedition. Well, Rajdeep, 100 days in the last 1 year, the kind of improvement I have done in this sector, famous and notorious for 2G, one of the fairest auction with transparent, good governance principle we did 1.5 months ago, and the government of India got the highest return of 1,10,000 crore. You have seen that.
So we take that. I'm now looking at the consumer. So I'm now only asking, since you say you are also a Minister for Consumer Affairs, I'm only asking you that one last question from a consumer perspective. They want to know, is the minister confident that in 100 days the number of call drops will decline?
Rajdeep, I will do my best. Even before you doing your program, I have told you how much active I have been for the last 2 months on this whole issue. Many issues I have talked publicly also earlier. Therefore, I will keep on doing my best, and surely all the telecom operators need to understand that today consumer is awakened. They want good service. They want service without any call drops. And if India is becoming a good communication IT destination, call drop cannot go together.
Am I to understand that, Mr. Prasad, you've never experienced any call drops, or do you also experience call drops, particularly when you're in Shastri Bhavan?
I do also. Why shouldn't I? Come on. I do also. I tell them.
And how do you react?
I have got my other
what happens every time you have a call drop of an important conversation?
No. If it happens, I coolly tell them कि मेरा भी call drop हुआ, ये आप ध्यान रखिए. And they take it on board. And therefore I'm telling you, when I'm having an MTNL phone, I said, because MTNL is a public body. Rajdeep, today let me tell you one thing. It's very important for you to know, and your viewers, that in 2004, BSNL was in a profit of 10,000 crore when Bajpayee government left office. When I became minister again, it was suffering a loss of 8,000 crore. MTNL was in profit till 2006-07. When I became minister, it was a loss of 300 crores and having debt burden of 12,000 crore. Someone somewhere will have to take responsibility as to what happened to these two bodies. I'm trying to improve, trying to restore, trying to renew. That's what I'm doing.
Well, those are laudable initiatives. As I said, our first task as consumers, and you very rightly called yourself a Minister for Consumer Affairs as well. So your first task, sir, as a Consumer Affairs Minister is to resolve this problem of call drops so we don't have to do a program like this again.
But Rajdeep, Rajdeep, just a minute. I need to come in here.
Yes.
To satisfy the consumer interest, I also need to improve the system.
Point
and
taken.
you'll be happy to know that BSNL has added 47 lakh new customer. They have given the big commercial risk of free roaming all over the country.
So I take it,
and
but I use a private operator's phone. So for me, Achhe Din will only come when the number of call drops that I have to suffer from become less. And I think I speak for a number of consumers.
And I will be happy. And I'll be happy when Rajdeep, you don't keep one phone, I can't believe it. I'll be happier if Rajdeep, apart from a private phone, will also have a BSL connection in the future.
Well, that is the challenge that you have, to restore the credibility in a sense of the government operators and convince people like me that switch from a private operator.
BSNL has earned a revenue of 2% plus this year. That's 1 year we have done. Give me some time, but yes, I take on board the concern. I'm happy you have done this program. We have to work together, and I will be always engaged and active to promote consumers' interest as far as this connectivity is concerned.
Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, we appreciate your joining us and speaking to our consumers.